Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Crystal. And we are getting right back into Baddies USA. This episode is called A Big Fight in the Big Apple. And honestly, I don't know why, because there was no big fight. Let's get into it. So they opened this episode with Krishan and DJ Sky. I thought we was going to get a squabble based off of how last episode ended, but Krishan just brought that dog out. Not a lot, but a little bit, okay? Let me at him! Let me at him! So Sapphire goes with Krishan, okay? And, she's there to check on Krishan. She's making sure Krishan feels heard, okay? Thank you, Sapphire. No shade. And Krishan is expressing that she feels disrespected by DJ Sky, okay? So they get back to the bus, and when they get back to the bus, when Krishan walked past Scotty, I got nervous, y'all. Like, Scotty, what are you doing there? Hello, you either need to go home or you need to be behind security when stuff is popping off, at least when stuff is popping off. And not that close to where if somebody pops off, like, you're front and center, sister. No shade, we care about you and the baby. Hello, Scotty with the baby, okay? Put that first, boo. So Krishan checks DJ Sky, okay? And she basically tells her, you keep talking out the mouth, gonna have to ice that tight lid. Word to Akasha Bentley. So Natalie greets some of the ladies outside of the house. The Baddie tour bus wasn't able to make it to the actual mansion, so they're arriving in like sprinters and black trucks. So they go in and check out the mansion, and then other baddies start pulling up, and then Tommy pulls up, talking about Tavy and her DMX comments, child. So then another group of ladies arrive on a sprinter. And, Tavy is on that sprinter. So when Tavy comes in, she decides to check Tommy. Okay? And she tells her, don't get too close or I'm going to pop you. Simple. And what did Tommy do? Tommy got too close. And Tavy popped her. Okay? And like, when I tell y'all, Tavy had Tommy hot. That first hit, okay? Do you hear me? Okay, so Tommy calls, so they're going back and forth or whatever. And then Tavy's telling her, don't disrespect me. Don't call me DMX. I'm telling you what my name is. Address me as such. And in that moment, Tommy calls her DMX again. Like, Tommy! Child. Tommy, please stop so we can move on from this, sister. But if y'all know, like I know Tommy, girl, it's about to get real good. So they're in each other's personal space arguing again. And y'all, Tavy popped Tommy right in that forehead. Okay? And they start fighting again. Okay? So the last group of ladies, they arrive. And, they're trying to figure out what is going on. Okay? Scotty is right in the middle trying to calm Tavy down. And they get to fighting for like the third, fourth time, y'all. And Scotty, this is what we're talking about. You were right there. You could have got popped. You could have fell. Anything could have happened, sister. Nunu decides to pull Cold Killer to the side. Okay. She said, I'm coming to you woman to woman. Okay. And y'all, what Killer said, I ain't worried because if she disrespect, she going to get that belt on my mom. Girl, I holler because I love Cold Killer, y'all. She is one of my favorites on this season and last season. But the whole tea with that is, they really fighting over K Rican. Okay. So basically Nunu was on a podcast and I guess they asked her, where was K Rican, and she said, "Oh well, I don't know. You'll probably find her in your nearest trap or something to that effect." Okay, and Killer went down in the comments and was like, watch your mouth, okay. And so basically, they're fighting over K Rican, y'all. So Summer and DJ Sky, they over in a corner chilling, actually minding her own business. Okay, Summer actually minding her own business, and here come Anna talk about look at Tweedledee and Tweedledum, girl. I gagged at that. And let me say this: Fauna trying to play mediator and like overly checking Nunu. No shade, Nunu. You should have set it off in that motherfucker like Boosie, okay? And start swinging on both of them. Because who you checking, boo?
Who gonna check me, boo? I have.
Anyway. But Killa and Nunu, they run that hit up, okay? And in my opinion, they need to run that again. No shade. So Natalie decides this is the perfect time to call out DJ Sky. Okay, and Anna steps in and, tells her, you move real funny online. And when she walks up and she popped DJ Sky, she popped a vinyl record out of DJ Sky, okay? And no, I do not feel bad for her. Keep talking out the mouth, gonna have to ice that top lip. Word to Akasha. Hello, talk shit, get hit, okay? Watch what you say online. And you're a grown woman. You, like they said, when they had their little sit down, you need to stand up for yourself, okay? You cannot, just let these girls walk all over you. No shade. Tommy is very furious, okay, about the situation with Tavy. And she cannot let it go. Y'all know, like I know, once Tommy got a real issue with you, it's forever, okay? So she goes in the room and she starts antagonizing Tavy and Cold Killer, okay? So her beef starts with Tavy and then she puts it on to Cold Killer. And this beef, y'all, I know this season is going to be real crazy because I wonder what tricks, Tommy have up in her wig for the girls this season. No shade. So the ladies separate into two sprinters and, they speak on the DMX situation with Tavy and Tommy. And, Fauna addresses the fact that apparently Kokilla, Nunu, and Fauna had sat down and had a previous conversation about, speaking on K Rican because she's not there. And, while they're going back and forth, Gretchen tries speaking up about it. And, she start going back and forth with Fauna. And then out of nowhere, Fauna and Tavy start going back and forth, y'all. It was just too much. It was too much. And y'all know I ain't no hater. Y'all know I give props where props is due. Big Lex, you ate this down, Bookie. So the ladies arrive at rehearsals. And Krishan asked Biggie, what's the tea with Tasiki? Because she's popping it on Instagram, okay? And, Biggie tries to explain, she's mad because after the club, Krishan went live popping it because Krishan has seen an old live of Tasiki's. I think so. So it was confusing for a minute. No shade. So, Krishan and Tasiki, they start going back and forth. But the whole time she start giving her energy to Marsh because Marsh, no shade, you definitely tried it. Why are you getting into these sisters' beef? Okay, and then when you start seeing the conversation start getting real serious to the point she took her jacket off, Taseki took her jacket off, March went and sat that ass down. Okay, no shade. She tried to duck that fade and she run when I come. Girl, you couldn't run nowhere because Taseki was on you right on rice, stink on shit. Okay. So Marsh tries to get Taseki to back up. Girl, and they start going at it. Then she got a hold of March's hair, flung her to the ground. And, Krishan did clock it. She said, why y'all not breaking it up? Because she not losing, okay? And that's where we leave off. Make sure y'all leave a comment below, like the video, and subscribe to my channel, y'all. It's free, no shade. And I will see y'all in the next one. No bars.